Moving to Florida's Gulf Coast, one of the biggest concerns I hear from people that are relocating here is how do I make friends and how do I find a community where social life is the integral focus of that community? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 33 communities from Lakewood Ranch all the way down to Wellen Park where social life is the main focus, where every single one of these 33 communities has a full-time activity/lifestyle director for that community. These communities are packed with amenities and events on their calendar where you are guaranteed to make friends from the moment that you move in. Welcome back, I am Ryan Zakos. I am broker owner of Zakos Realty and Design Group. Here at Sarasota, Florida, I was born and raised right here in Sarasota, currently live with my family in Lakewood Ranch. We have an office in downtown Sarasota, office on Venice Island as well. I started this for my father, who retired from the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office after 25 years of service, and together we've been doing this for about 9-10 years. He's been doing this for 17-18 years as a second career. I started about 10 years ago myself. We take great pride and love helping people relocate to our wonderful city that we know so well. So before we dive into the video, please check out our website, zakosre.com. The link's in the description below. There's free guides for pretty much every area here in the Gulf Coast. We have area quizzes. We have so many free resources for you for free on the website. So check that out. And then diving into this video, 43 communities. I'm gonna go from north to south. I'm gonna start at Lakewood Ranch. I think I have about 14 communities in Lakewood Ranch, and then I'm gonna work my way down to Sarasota, Osprey, Nokomis, down to Venice, and then obviously down to Wellen Park. So since there are so many different communities, I'm gonna focus on giving you what the communities are. And then if you have any questions at all, feel free to text, call, email. I'm always available to give you more insights and a deeper dive into each one of these communities. A lot of these communities do offer new construction, so there are incentives going on and things like that. We work with a lot of these builders and a lot of these sales reps in these communities and can get you some great incentives. So just know every single one of these communities, you can't go wrong because social life is the key element to the communities. Starting with Lakewood Ranch, Star Farms, I'm gonna kick it off. If you are a family, have kids, and are looking to move to Lakewood Ranch, Star Farms is gonna be one of those communities that you want to target. There are 4 different amenity centers. There are a handful of builders, D.R. Horton being the main builder, but then Homes by West Bay is the secondary builder. Then there's some custom home builders as well. Love the Homes by West Bay product. They have a semi-custom offering, some higher end stuff. But if you're looking for the best bang for your buck regarding price per square foot, D.R. Horton you cannot beat for the area. The amenities are spectacular. Everything from sports courts to the resort style pool. They have the restaurant bar poolside as well. Golf simulators, this like CrossFit gym area. There's so much going on in Star Farms. 4 different amenity centers kind of targeting the different stuff. So they have one main hub, one for sports courts, one for kind of an active older adult. So if that's your thing, if you are 55 plus, even though it's not technically 55 plus, it's kind of geared toward that lifestyle. So they have that offering there as well. So the next couple I'm gonna talk about are all 55 plus communities in Lakewood Ranch. Crestwind, and then Del Webb. Del Webb has one that's fully built out, and then Del Webb has Catalina as well that just launched. So they're offering new construction. They have villas and single family home options. So if you want the Del Webb kind of finished product, fully built out product, that is an opportunity in Lakewood Ranch. And they have, again, Catalina, which is a new construction. These are all 55 plus. They're very, very social, as you know, with any 55 plus. And if you know Del Webb, you know that's what they do very, very well, is their amenities and their social life. So that is what people love about the Del Webbs. Crestwind is kind of no different. Coulter is a builder there. Coulter is a high-end builder, so it's a little bit more luxury feeling as a community. No villas, only single-family homes. The amenity center is spectacular. Tennis, pickleball, kind of the focus. The resort-style pool, the focus. Again, full-time activities director, so that is gonna be the norm for all these communities as well. Gated, just like Del Webb, and if you are 55 plus, you need to check out all 3 of those communities. They're gonna kind of cater a little bit different. You might have different preferences based on those communities, but check out those 3 55 plus communities. The next couple I wanna highlight are Esplanade, so the Taylor Morrison products. Esplanade Golf and Country Club is a community that is spectacular. There's the day spa, there's a resort pool, the poolside restaurant bar, the tiki bar poolside, and then a spectacular 18-hole golf course. Esplanade was so popular in building this product out, offering everything from their villas to their single family homes, that since it was sold out, they built a new one called Esplanade at Azario. This is a new construction offering, and you could still purchase new construction as well as resale in this Azario. So if you're looking for golf being a highlight for the community, what I love about these is that you don't have to have golf. So there's both non-deeded and deeded golf lots in Azario and Esplanade as well. So you could be in the community and enjoy the spectacular social life and the spectacular amenities that the Esplanade product brings you, but not have to pay for golf. But if you love golf, both these courses in Azario and Esplanade Golf and Country Club are spectacular golf courses. The next one I want to highlight over there, kind of that northeastern quadrant of Lakewood Ranch, is Lorain Lake. If you are a young family and you have kids and you want to be in a great school zone, you want to be surrounded by families and a bunch of kids and have that community feel and that young family feel, Lorain Lakes is going to be the other option. So Star Farms, massive community of 1,500 plus homes with multiple builders, and Lorain Lakes is going to be a little bit smaller of a community. It's still a large community, but NAR is going to be the main builder. They are just finishing up new construction in there. They're in their final offerings for their inventory homes. There are still some options on new builds, but they are kind of finishing that up right now. There's everything from villas, townhomes, and single-family homes, small single-family homes up to large single-family homes, all in Lorain Lakes. They have everything you would expect within a community that is offering an amenity-rich resort-style living, except for golf. So basketball court, tennis, pickleball, resort-style pool, splash pad for the kids, the poolside restaurant bar, all that kind of stuff right there in Lorain Lakes. So if you're comparing Star Farms, you need to compare Lorain Lakes, as those two kind of are, like products in my opinion. Now diving a little bit further south, I'm gonna talk about waterside communities. Wild Blue is a luxury community, but again, if you are looking for a new construction community like a lake club, Wild Blue is going to be that option. Everything's $1 million plus in Wild Blue, but it is a spectacular, as many amenities as you can imagine, a social life that is gonna be spectacular. It's still very early on in construction, but it will, when it's done, be something that is gonna be worth waiting for sure. So Wild Blue, then the next community I wanna talk about is Shellstone. Shellstone is right next to Wild Blue in that waterside district. It is just kind of like Wild Blue, just kind of kicking off that construction. So there's a lot of new construction opportunity. Homes by Town is a prominent builder in there, but then there are some custom home builders. Where Wild Blue, it's stock, and then there's custom home builders in Wild Blue as well. So Homes by Town's being a more affordable version of the Wild Blue project. Shellstone's gonna kind of be the sister community for Lake House Cove. So if you're familiar with Lake House Cove being built out, then Shellstone will be that. Shellstone will have a school. There's this wonderful Central Park, and again, the amenities are gonna be spectacular in Shellstone as well. So, and again, all these communities have that full-time activities director, so a calendar that is filled with events. So Shellstone, Wild Blue, and Waterside, and then just south of that, we're gonna talk about Windward. Windward is a Neal product. It is a gated community, so Wild Blue and Shellstone being in Waterside aren't gated, but Windward does have that. It's right off of Fruitville, so it's in a spectacular geographical location. And it's Neal, so there's villas and single-family home offerings. And again, the amenities are great, and it's built around that social life within Windward. That wraps up Lakewood Ranch, but I am gonna give an honorable mention to two bundled golf communities, Lakewood National and Calusa Country Club. These are both Lennar products. Lakewood National is fully built out, but if you're looking for that bundled golf with resort-style amenities that have a spectacular social calendar and a great social draw. I just love going to Lakewood National. When I'm showing Lakewood National's homes, I take them to the amenity center, and there's constant people outside sitting at the poolside bar restaurant, mingling. There's even karaoke nights and stuff like that going on. Calusa Country Club is the new version of what Lakewood National is gonna be. Lakewood National has two 18-hole courses. Calusa Country Club is gonna have an 18-hole course, and then I believe a 9-hole course as well. So I've played Calusa already. Again, spectacular courses on both those. I played Lakewood National and Calusa. Spectacular golf course. If you're looking for bundled golf, they are wonderful offerings with tons of social life and a wonderful lifestyle built into it. So that wraps up Lakewood Ranch. Now diving down into Sarasota, I'm gonna talk about another new construction community, and that's Sky Ranch. Very large community with Lennar, Taylor Morrison, and then some custom home builders that make up Sky Ranch. There is a massive amenity center called the Hub there, and then there's an Esplanade product as well that has its own amenity center in Sky Ranch as well. So if you're looking again for, there's a mix of everything from that active older adults in that Esplanade community to the young families that make up the Hub. There's a school right across the street from Sky Ranch, which is a very good school. So it's being so highly rated, it's drawing a lot of families into that community. So when you go into the Hub, you'll see kids galore. There's a game room and stuff like that. So again, if you're looking for, to be in Sarasota, East Sarasota, new construction with great proximity to Siesta Key, downtown, things like that, Sky Ranch might be something that you would want to consider. And then right around the corner from Sky Ranch is Grand Park. That is a Neal community. I love Neal's product here. It's a large community, and again, amenities galore and spectacular offering. So a little bit better build, in my opinion, than like a Lennar product or something like that is Neal. So if you're looking for that little upgrade, a little bit more luxurious feeling, then you're gonna find that in Grand Park. So that is right around the corner from Sky Ranch, right there, just off of Clark, off behind Twin Lakes there, east of 75. So again, great location in Sarasota, new construction opportunities. Then I'm gonna give you 5 communities that exist in Palmer Ranch. I love Palmer Ranch from its geographical perspective. You are in South Sarasota, you're in a wonderful school zone. You are closer to the beach because you are west of 75. You have a mix of newer construction opportunities. Pretty much all of Palmer Ranch was built in the 80s and newer. So you're gonna have updated homes and communities like Sunrise Preserve, Sandhill Preserve, Village Walk, the Isles. These are wonderful communities that are amenity rich, that are a little bit more established, so no more new construction opportunities there, but newer in general compared to obviously other parts of Sarasota, where the homes will have higher ceilings and you'll have wonderful amenities. So, prior to this era, they weren't building communities with these tons of amenities. So love the geography of these areas and love these communities. And then the last one I want to highlight within Palmer Ranch would be Talent Preserve. It's kind of the border. They say it's in Palmer Ranch. In my opinion, it's on Nokomis. It's a Nokomis address. So it's on the other side of 681. But again, because you're there, you actually have better proximity to Nokomis Beach and you are closer to the beach than you would be in other parts of Palmer Ranch. Other parts of Palmer Ranch, if you're on the very northern side, might give you better proximity to Siesta Key. So love Talent Preserve. It's a Devasta product. Again, the poolside restaurant bar, pickleball, tennis, anything you can imagine. There's a game room there, great fitness center. So Talent Preserve is a wonderful community that a lot of people are targeting if they want proximity to the beach and new construction. Then another community that's fully built out, that's a resale, that is a great bang for your buck, is Toscana Isles. That's right around the corner in Nokomis. It's a D.R. Horton Emerald series product, so it's a more elevated version of the D.R. Horton's inventory home concept, but it has a wonderful resort style pool, fitness center, and I've sold a handful in there where the residents just absolutely love the community. They know all the neighbors and they're so social. So they love that community. So that's why I wanted to highlight that community, just because of the feedback that I've gotten from the clients in which I've sold within the community itself. And then I want to do one as well in this section that's kind of like a little bit of a curveball, kind of like I threw in Lakewood Ranch, the golf communities. In this community, I want to talk about a luxury community that a lot of people don't talk about on these lists, and that's the Oaks. I've sold in the Oaks, and the Oaks is spectacular. It's been historically kind of deemed as Sarasota's most luxurious and prestigious community. There are 2 18-hole golf courses that are absolutely spectacular. There's a fantastic tennis facility. Growing up here in Sarasota, I did a lot of tennis camps and tournaments and stuff like that there at the Oaks. So what a spectacular tennis facility, wonderful clubhouse, wonderful restaurant, and a very social atmosphere. So if you're looking for more luxury, larger home, more estate style property, and you want that prestige within a community, then the Oaks might be the option. There is the Bayside where you have a day dock and you can live closer to, basically on the water or close to the water. And then you have the golf side, which you're gonna be backed up to a golf course most likely, or again, a larger estate lot. So the Oaks is a wonderful community that I want to just mention if you are looking for that social life built in, but want more prestige, more elegance, more luxury, more estate style living. So in this last section, I'm going to talk about Venice, Wellen Park, and Englewood, kind of working my way down south. And again, I'm just going to mention these communities, give you a little bit about each community, but not spend too much time. If you have any specific questions, feel free to reach out. As again, we've most likely sold in every one of these communities we're talking about. We probably have sales reps. We know incentives are going on and can work on a good deal, especially in the new construction world. And also, right now is a spectacular time to find some great deals in the resale market. So shoot us a text or call if you have any questions regarding any of these communities. First community I want to talk about is Sarasota National. It is a Lennar product. It originally wasn't a Lennar product, but they bought it, they took it over and finished the build out of it. But it is a golf community, 18-hole course, poolside restaurant bar. It's basically Lakewood National Calusa Golf and Country Club in Lakewood Ranch. It's kind of, the Sarasota National was the first version of that. And it is a spectacular social environment, tons of clubs, events, things like that, just like you would expect in all these other communities. Fully built out there in Sarasota National, but I definitely think it's worth considering if you are looking for that. What I also like about it is there is a golf section and a non-golf section as well. So you don't have to pay for golf, kind of like the Esplanade products. Then I'm gonna mention 2 other communities that are in Wellen Park that are fully built out, no new construction opportunities. That's Island Walk, one of the area's best social environments, 2 different amenity centers. It's a very social, active lifestyle in Island Walk with the concept of these bridge and walking trails kind of interwoven throughout the community. So it's a wonderful place to live, enjoy life, and partake in their social events. And then Grand Paradiso, they're across the street. Again, fully built out, large community, wonderful amenities. So those are the communities, kind of the built out resale communities that you'd want to check out in Wellen Park if you're looking at Wellen Park. Another community you want to check out as a Neil product is Grand Palm, wonderful amenities, and right around the corner from Grand Paradiso. And then other communities where new construction's opportunity is Wellen Park Golf and Country Club. Brightmoor is the only 55+ community that's in Wellen Park right now. Unbelievable pickleball facilities. They have a little stadium court. And again, just like a Del Webb or just like a Crestwood and Lakewood Ranch, anything and everything you would expect and want in a 55+ community, it does exist in Brightmoor. So definitely check out Brightmoor if you are looking for a 55+ community. and compare it against maybe something Lakewood Ranch, and then you figure out whether you want to be in Lakewood Ranch or Wellen Park. Sunstone is a great bang for your buck. I love Sunstone's product. Just like some of the communities like Star Farms, Lorraine Lakes, we have great bang for your buck in Lakewood Ranch. Sunstone is a great example of that. Wonderful amenity center, full-time activities director in Sunstone. So check out that if you're looking to save a little bit of money and still get a good quality house that's a good size house for the price. And then two other communities I want to mention that are absolutely spectacular is Boca Royale. It's an optional golf community where Neil is currently building in. They just opened up another phase of the community. And then Beach Walk. Beach Walk is kind of a sister community to Talon Preserve. It's a DeVosta product. So if you know what Talon Preserve is, Beach Walk is kind of a spitting image of it, just down in Englewood. They're eventually gonna build a road that cuts through over to downtown Wellen Park, so you'll have access to anything and everything in the lifestyle of Wellen Park and all the events that Wellen Park will have. But right now, it's a little bit more removed. People like that. It feels like it's off the beaten path a little bit. It's actually closer to the beach. It's only a couple miles to Minnesota Key. It's only a couple miles to the beach, which is closer to any restaurant or any grocery store there in the area. So I think it's actually kind of a cool feature that you are closer to nature, you're closer to the beach, than you are a lot of other like civilization around there. So I think that's a really cool and unique opportunity. Again, the amenities are spectacular in Beach Walk. So a lot of people are comparing Talon Preserve versus Beach Walk. Both offer great proximity to the beach. It just depends if you want to be a little bit more removed, or like in Talon Preserve, you're right in Nokomis, so you're kind of sitting right between Sarasota and then Venice Island. So you're kind of more in the thick of it there in Talon Preserve, and still great proximity to the beach, where Beach Walk, a little bit removed from the traffic, a little bit more isolated, but it's so relaxing, freeing, and it feels like you're surrounded by nature down there in Beach Walk as well. So, and then I would just want to do one community that's kind of a curveball, a massive curveball at the end, something that you wouldn't expect to be. It's not a neighborhood, so it's not a community per se, but I definitely think you should consider it. I was just talking to someone that didn't think about this area until I said it, and they're like, this makes perfect sense, and that is Venice Island. So if you are looking for a community where there is daily yoga, you could go to the beach and you're gonna know your neighbors, and you can walk downtown and you'll know your neighbors sitting at the coffee shop, and it still feels like a quaint, small, historic, charming town, then Venice Island could be that option for you. Again, this is not a community that's kind of confined to gates. This is a large community with thousands of homes and condos, and it makes up its little town, but at the same time, it does feel like its own little community, its own little neighborhood, because it is an island. It's isolated from the rest of Venice. Love that aspect. Again, my parents live on Venice Island. We have an office at Venice Island. Love how it does kind of feel like its own little subculture, its own little community. And it's very, very social with the farmers markets and the live music and the community events that Venice Island throws. I hope this video is a good resource for you. Again, I didn't want to spend too much time into the weeds at each and every community. I could spend 10 minutes on every one of these communities, giving you every single amenity that these communities include. But the reality is, all these communities, you'll be able to make friends immediately, because all these communities have spectacular amenities, full-time activities directors, and they're built around that social life. So that is kind of the purpose of this video, is to highlight those communities, and then we can dive in together and help you narrow it down once you kind of learn what amenities you want to focus on. Maybe it's golf you want to focus on, or maybe it's the poolside restaurant and bar, which is important to a lot of people. They only want to see communities where there's a poolside restaurant or bar. Or maybe it's you want a splash pad for the kids, or you want a basketball court. I just sold a home where the family wanted an indoor basketball court, and there's only a couple communities that offer that. So there are specific amenities for specific people. Maybe it's tennis. I'm a tennis player, so I want to be in a community that has spectacular tennis facilities. So all that matters, and I would love to be a resource for you and help you in the relocation journey. I look forward to hopefully talking to you soon. Thank you.